Hello, this is Lucky Trade 2.0, and we haven't done this in a long time because it's been 7 months since I did my last How Customers came to be. So I'm gonna just cut the slack and just show you guys the 2 customs that we are gonna be introducing. Now I know that I usually show one custom for my How Custom came to be video, but I'm in the mood to show 2. And today we have Jinty from the Railway series and a random character that I made who is just in the background. So I'm gonna get started on what inspired me to make these 2 and the process of making these 2. Now my inspiration for these 2 is actually a funny story. His inspiration came from NWR 58 videos and track sites videos on their custom Jintys. And for a while, I did jump into the mix of making a custom Jinty because this is what he looked like way before I decided to rechange him. And so, after that, I rocked with that look of Jinty without cutting this part off and, making the linings more smaller. But after a while, that really bugged me off, so that's when I just decided to just customize him. So yeah, Jinty was made out of a Thomas shell and a Percy chassis. And as I got started, I grabbed my matte black acrylic paint and got started on the 2 coats, and I grabbed a ruler and a pinkish red paint marker and some white paint marker and got started on the linings. It took me about 7 or 9 tries to get the lining right for the first design, but I say it looked decent at the time. As for the side tanks, I used a piece of my school project paper to glue the side tanks together, and it was very hard and it took a lot of effort. And after I wait for the glue to dry on the side tanks, I got started on painting it black, and this is how Jinty ended up looking after I was done customizing. Now, at the time I thought it looked good, but now that I'm re-looking at how he looked before, the lining was very messed up and I did not like how the firebox looked. But for a while, I got used to it, and I used him in the background, and I thought he was pretty decent. For a while. Yeah, so when I was grounded for 2 months, I just sat down and looked at my old Jinty, and I told myself, you know what? Since I'm grounded, why don't I just remake him and make him look more better? So then after that, I got restarted on the lining and used a different red, and boom, that's how we got Jinty right now. All I gotta say is it is a huge improvement from how he looked before, and I took that stupid British symbol off. Now I am not planning on remaking him sooner or later, and I'm gonna just sit down and be humble about how he looks, because I feel like if I redo him now, I feel like I'm gonna mess up because I haven't been customizing for a while. But for now, this is how Jinty is gonna look, and it's gonna stay looking. Now on to LMS 2010, because his story is actually more funnier than Jinty's. Now one night, I tried to turn my channel mascot into a Jinty, and you may be wondering, well, why is this important? Simple. During the process of turning my channel mascot into a Jinty, I got started on the green paint like usual and the lining and trying to make it as neat as possible. And after the final product of my channel mascot, he looked so awful as a Jinty, oh my god, I wanted to burn it and waste all my time. But after sitting down for a moment at 4:59 a.m. in the morning, I decided to go to sleep and come up with an idea on how can I fix this terrible Jinty. So after a while, next day, I got started on looking up some liveries, and I came across this one in particular. And while I came upon this, I got my equipment ready. My black matte acrylic paint, my red paint marker, and my ruler, and I got started. Of course, as usual, I started with 2 coats of matte black paint, and I grabbed my ruler and got started on the red lining. I used cardboard, like project cardboard for the side tanks like usual. Did the same thing for the firebox and some little bit of Tamiya putty. And I cut a cardboard into a circular shape for the middle wheel of the chassis. And an honorable mention about this custom, this is a different Percy chassis. This Percy chassis is one of those old Trackmaster chassis where there's a scroll in the middle. So I didn't have a Thomas middle wheel, so I had to use cardboard as the second best option. And I say it's pretty good. So after I got the paint and the lining done, I decided to write LMS and the Jinty's number. And after I got done with adding the final details, LMS Jinty number 2010 is done. So yeah, this is LMS 2010, and I actually think that he is better than this Jinty. It's like, it took me so long to just fix this guy and actually make him look decent, and I'm glad on how he turned out. He is easily an improvement from this Jinty. I don't care what you say, he is easily better in all the ways. And I hope I'm going to do more like him, because, like, I actually like how he looks. That's the end of How Customs Came to Be episode 4. But before you guys leave, I have some channel announcements that I'd like to announce. So some channel updates that I'd like to announce is that, don't worry, I'm going to still be doing How Customs Came to Be episodes. I'm just planning on pushing them, early, instead of waiting like 7 months. I'm going to still be doing my Railway Series remakes. Expect one coming soon, this month or next month. I'm going to still be doing episode remakes. Don't think I haven't forgot about that. And I like to do some more updates. Like, one thing, I'm planning on reviewing all 14 Thomas films, because, like, I have a lot to say about all 14 of those films, because I saw how my Adventure Begins video did, and I gotta say, that encourages me to just continue doing more of that. And I'm planning to get my Railway Series ranking part 2 uploaded by this January, if not February, because the 80th anniversary is almost coming up. One other update I'd like to let you guys know about the Railway Series ranking videos is that for the 80th anniversary, expect the upload of my full ranking. That includes the Audrey books and the Christopher books, so stay tuned for that. And just know, I'm not going to leave you guys again, but I am going to be having to take breaks here and there. So please just know I'm not abandoning you guys, nor quitting yet. So yeah, I think that's all my updates I'd like to say. Just expect better videos, better Railway Series remakes, better episode remakes, better ranking videos, and better movie reviews. So in conclusion, I'll see you guys in whatever I have planned next.